Are you ready? Are you ready to...
Rock and roll.
It's the Cool Comic Book Review Show. Yay, it's very late. A lot of comic books to read. One saw a movie tonight. The Seventh Son. That's right, we went and saw The Seventh Son. Advanced screening. Ooh. I'll let her go first. You talk about it.
Well, basically...
It's a movie.
It's a movie about witches and people who fight witches and warlock and like stuff like that. It's all fantasy and stuff like that. That's what it's basically main subject of it. And this guy, I don't remember his actual name. This guy, his character. He's
what?
like
The Seventh Son, Thomas Ward.
He's a seventh son of a seventh son. And he has to find another seventh son.
Oh, you mean Master Gregory.
Yeah, Master Gregory.
I mean Jeff Bridges' character. The Big Lebowski!
He has to find the seventh son of a seventh son, which is him.
The character of Tom Ward.
And then they have to go fight the main antagonist, which is her.
The Queen of the Witches.
Something. And...
No spoilers.
There's a lot of, like... what's it called?
Stuff.
A lot of stuff. There's like a lot of I don't know what the word is. I don't know why. There's like a lot of animation, CGI, I guess.
Special effects.
Special effects. There's a lot of special effects. Some of them are really cool, but some of them are kind of like.
That was odd.
I just correct myself.
Basically, it's based on the book called The Spook's Apprentice, which is like I think it's a teen fiction or fantasy. The movie itself, Jeff Bridges is probably the most fun thing in here. I won't say it's his greatest acting, but it's Jeff Bridges having fun doing a role. For those of you who remember, this movie was supposed to come out in 2014, but it was delayed. Rumor has it was delayed because they wanted to put more time and more money into the special effects.
It looks good. Like it's visually really nice.
From my standpoint, it was very predictable. It is a teenage. It's a kid movie. You bring kids to see this movie. It's kind of fun.
Like 10-year-olds, not like 5-year-olds.
Yeah. Well, some 5-year-olds are pretty cool. I mean, you were a pretty cool 5-year-old.
Yeah, but
would I recommend going to see this in the theater? I can't. This is the kind of thing you pick up on
for
DVD
like
to kill a night.
$10 maybe.
I mean, yeah, it's a 3D movie, but
whoa.
you know, it wasn't as good as I was hoping. It wasn't bad. But it wasn't super great either. So it's a Blu-ray DVD pickup down the road. Watch it at home on a nice big TV screen. That's pretty much for me. So that's it for that movie. But wait, we promised to review something else last week. Yes, we promised to review Justice League: Throne of Atlantis. Oh, yes, I got the one that has the little action figure or the little PVC thing. Look, it's Aquaman. Aquaman can beat Superman up.
Where'd I put this?
Just put it behind us right there, okay? Basically, not the best animated feature from DC ever. Because the animation's that company that does that stuff where they lose perspective from time to time. Story-wise, it's Aquaman. Pretty cool.
Aquaman is pretty rad.
You know, Nathan Fillion is the voice of Green Lantern. Pretty cool.
I still don't like the Wonder Woman they do, though.
Yeah, I know.
They make her seem so stupid.
They did the Wonder Woman who like, oh, ice cream, yay.
Congratulations.
You know, but you have to admit, the Batman Green Lantern interaction movie was pretty good.
That was funny.
Basically, it was a fun one to have. It was a good DVD, Blu-ray review movie. It was fun. So that's it for the movies. I think we're going to talk about your comic books. You got 2 number 1s this week.
Okay, we're not starting with this.
Okay, no, which one are you starting
with? This one.
Ah, yes! Lady Mechanica! The collected stuff. Steampunk.
It's really cool.
Steampunk.
I really like her eyes. And I can't remember. This is a number 1, right?
This is reprinting some of the stuff that came before. It's the collected edition.
Okay,
we missed a couple issues. That's why we never talked about them before. But no, we got the whole thing collected.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. I mean, there are some parts that it's like, wait, okay, this is a different character now that we're looking at. And I think that's supposed to be like the second issue or something, or like another part. And it's really cool. And I really like it. And the end is kind of like, oh. It kind of just ends.
What's to be continued.
I know.
Most good stories are.
It's really nice, though. I like the artwork. It's nice.
So I guess you want to talk about this one next.
Yeah, I guess.
Keeping along the steampunk theme.
Legendary.
Vampirella. Yes, it's not your Vampirella from before with the weird-looking bathing suit. This Vampirella's got a dress. Sorry, boys. I know some of you teenage boys out there prefer the old Vampirella. Some of you older fans prefer the old Vampirella too. But this one, it's more classy. It's steampunky.
She's still on a blimp.
But it's steampunky.
Sure. Oh, this is the first issue. Okay.
It's steampunky.
I keep getting
it's number one.
This one and this one. They keep making me think of the other steampunk thing that I read.
No, you got a few steampunk books.
They're all on blimps. Everyone likes blimps.
It's the steampunk theme. Come on.
But
blimps are cool.
So she jumps in through a window.
Basically, she liked it.
It was cool. There's a lot
stuff.
more gore than.
It's not that much gore.
There's not that much gore. It's not like
compared to one of the books I have.
It's not like. It's not that much gore, but there's more. There's like gore in there.
So I guess this is your favorite book of the week, huh?
This is my favorite book. Feathers. It was really good.
And it's cute.
It's adorable. I like it though, cause like the story is like interesting, and Poe, which is this guy, he's all like, oh, well, this thing happens, and then maybe if I do that thing, then this thing will happen too. Because if I say it, then it just is like...
That's a spoiler, and it's not our thing to do that kind of thing where we tell you what's happening in the book too much. But she liked it.
The artwork's nice. It's pretty... I like the ending is funny.
It was cute. So I guess it's my turn. I got a few books.
That's an understatement.
I've got a few books this week, so we're going to start off with the Marvels. Okay, I don't normally buy these, but, you know, I'll figure what the heck. It's the Ant-Man prelude to the movie. You know, and then there's a regular Ant-Man comic book. I don't know, I know everything ends in a couple of months in Marvel, but I was just hoping for a little bit more quality story. This just seems like it's a filler comic book in the meantime.
Probably.
Alright, I'm lost on continuity here, but Captain America and Nomad. Hawkeye was a bit of a slow read. Black Vortex doesn't really matter, but it actually was a nice artwork book, well designed, but it doesn't matter because it's Marvel. It's all going to end.
Nothing matters anymore.
Very boring. It's like a really bad Agent Carter spin-off in the comic books. Not a bad read. It was okay. See, there's not much I care about Marvel, and I'm not even telling what it is. It's just, look, it's Marvel. Alright, The Avengers Secret War. Nice art. A little confusing, story-wise, just for the continuity, but, you know, it was okay. Now, this was probably the most fun book from Marvel this week. The Hulk. Oh, come on. It's good artwork. I like the fact that the story's taking a little bit of a different twist, which is nice, because for a while this is getting on the predictable side.
What a twist.
Best written thing from Marvel this week, of course, is The Punisher.
You mean you? Haha.
It's not me. My name's not Frank Castle.
Totally.
And Marvel's best cover of the week, oddly enough, goes to a reprint comic book. It had 3 different covers, but I went with the Bill Sienkiewicz cover because Miracle Man is a thinking man's comic book. Okay, that was a bad one.
That was a bad one.
Okay, should we get to the Peeling D, DC?
Do it.
Okay, we're going to pound these through real fast. Green Arrow, it was okay. Green Lantern, better than last issue.
Everyone likes green.
Actually, a very good issue of Detective Comics. I liked the artwork. The story was actually good too. This was nice. It was like getting back to you know, a kind of good quality Batman comic books. I like that one.
DC used to stand for? Detective Comics.
Detective Comics is also District of Columbia Comics. There's a whole bunch of things. Batman Eternal, not so good. Swamp Thing. Okay, I'm gonna sound boring and like a broken record. Make this a Vertigo title. Really, Vertigo. It just needs to be dark and Alan Moore-ish more.
Gotta make Swamp Thing.
I mean, I give him credit for trying to make him a bit more like the old Lobo. It comes across like it's a book written for 10-year-olds. It just
probably. They're probably trying to appeal to like the newer audience, the younger audience.
Yeah, it didn't work. Neither did this issue.
I know like one person who reads comic books.
It wasn't as good. I mean, it's
No, it's my friend.
It's like DC's trying to do a more adult version of Robin as a spy. It's this man can kick butt. I said before, it's a good comic book. Aquaman and the others.
Aquaman is great.
Okay, based on the game. Artwork's crap, but the story's actually pretty good and consistent. Injustice, Gods Amongst Us.
Injustice. I haven't played that yet.
All right, we're gonna get to the continuities all over the place. We're gonna do the new 52 Futures End,
Woo!
the Earth 2, and of course Earth 2 World's End. That's a really good cover. I almost gave it DC's cover of the week.
Oh, is it
but
runner-up?
it was runner-up. Stories get interesting, but like I said, there's a bit of continuity because you're kind of jumping back and forth amongst these 3 books.
What can you do?
Not much. All right. Yeah. Flash TV show spin-off. It was just kind of funny because for a while the Arrow comic book was a better written than the Green Arrow comic book. This one, so-so.
So-so.
Okay, Action Comics, man with a beard, not a big deal. But this next one, which I am giving DC's comic book cover of the week, it's DC's best cover of the week. Superman. Ooh, look, it's a big one. I like these.
Oh, fancy.
Okay. I know there's a lot of talk about this issue because he gets new powers, and it's no spoiler by now. It's Super Flare. He's a solar flare. And I actually give him credit for that because for once, they actually thought, hey, what is he? He's a living, super-powered solar battery. Batteries can be discharged, so it made sense. It's actually a good addition to his powers. It's not something stupid. It was actually intelligently thought of. Hey, he's a solar-powered guy.
What if they actually tried?
I know, they actually put some thought into making a new power that actually made logical sense.
Impressed.
Not a bad read.
Hey.
Don't mind that, that's just one of our cats being chased by the dog. Okay, from Vertigo, we have the names. Good read, good story. And Vertigo's cover of the week goes to Wolf Moon. It's actually getting better. I had my doubts the first couple issues, but it's getting better now. And by special request, here's Jack. A certain viewer of ours wanted to see Jack tonight on the show. There's Jack. So that's it for the DCs. When we get to the Ultimates, we got a few to go through. A few I want to talk about, a few I might just take my time with. But Lady Killer, artwork gives me a bit of a headache, but it's a good, fun story. Housewife Assassin, I like that. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
This was said at the comic book store. Oh my gosh, is right. Everybody should like Richard Corbin. I'm just saying. Everyone should read Rat God. Rat God.
I'll be right back.
She's going to be back. She's going to take care of the whiny baby. Not the best cover, which is really a shame because the artwork inside is normally very, very good, and so is the artwork this issue. Enormous. If you missed out on this book, track it down. It is really cool artwork. Okay. We're going to get to Image Comics now. There's quite a few from Image. I think pretty much almost everything else is Image. There's a few I want to talk about, but this one I'll just do real quick. East versus West. It's a good read, as usual. Velvet! And I did something horrible. I've creased the cover. I've done a horrible crime.
What did you do?
The cover got creased when I That's okay. It'll uncrease. It was an okay book. It wasn't that great. Okay. The next couple, I want to say a special thanks to Ed for stopping by the store because I managed to get a signed copy.
Oh, holy cow.
Ed Brisson's Sheltered.
At least this one's not creased.
Wow. I think this one is like, wow, what an ending. Last page. Whoa. Thank you. I'm looking forward to this. As you guys know, this was possibly being turned into a movie or a TV series. Wow. Really good. Okay, the next one. Guess what?
What?
It's also by Ed Brisson. It's Clustered. And yes, I got a signed copy as well for this one. Ed, thank you for that. I liked it a lot. The artwork was really cool and fun. It kind of reminded me a bit of Alien Legion, a little bit for the character backgrounds and the sci-fi aspect of it. I want more. I want more of this book. Good book, good read. Okay, now this one had a really cool cover. I saw it a couple weeks ago and I wanted it. I'm happy I picked it up. The cover's a bit misleading for this issue, but you know what?
That looks cool though.
It's cool. The character is cool, and the character shall remain nameless. This one's got a lot of potential. I mean, I'm reading the thing. I'm like, wow, this. I know. Like, okay, it was a bad one. This from the one who's guilty of being very punny most of the time, but it has that really good kind of like.
I have a good pun.
You do?
Why were they called the Dark Ages? Because there were so many nights.
Ba-dum-bum.
Yeah.
And that one shall remain nameless. Pick this one up. I do recommend it. Okay, this one, I still curse Kelly for making me buy this thing. I still don't know why I'm still buying it. It is probably one of the weirdest, most vulgar comic books. Yeah, that one. That I read. it's definitely not for everybody, especially this issue. I think Aaron said it best, where he's never seen so many. Yeah, she's heard this word before. Penises in one issue ever. It's the humans. Yes, yes. Kind of like Planet of the Apes gone Mad Max with a little bit of like biker gang movie, and this time you have naked human gladiators. Yeah, it was interesting.
Humans is such a weird word. Like, why is it spelled H-U? It looks like humans.
It is humans. You humans. Humans.
So, like, the way it's pronounced sounds like Hugh, like H-U-E.
Right, and last from Image is Ego. Good read. I guess a bit more interesting this issue. Okay, we're going to wrap it up really soon. We got Valiant Exo Man of War 33. It was okay. Now this one, okay, Valiant, I know you're trying to do like everybody else does. I mean, Spawn had 6 covers today.
2 minutes.
We'll be done. 2 minutes up, we'll wrap it up. It'll be a shorter show tonight. But Imperial had a whole bunch of covers. I went with a kind of red cover. No, red. Okay, interesting. I like it. The Battle for Utopia. It's going to get pretty good. The artwork's typical. Okay, fun read as always. I picked the best cover out of the covers I had available. God is dead, but the gods aren't. Ooh. Okay, I have a couple books left. I'm going to say that much last. Okay, Grant Morrison and Fraser Irving's Annihilator.
That's a pretty color.
Really cool. To be concluded next issue, so I'm looking forward to that. The best all-around alternate cover of the week is going to Tower Chronicles. Beautiful cover. Story is good. Artwork inside is really good. Leaves me only one thing left. This came out last week, but I didn't pick it up. I was an idiot. I missed it after I got my books. But this is the all-around cover of not only last week, now that I have it, but also for this week. And you know what? I'm going to dare say it's the best cover for next week, too. Because Calabasas won from IDW. Flood's artwork is gorgeous.
There's a little part on the back, but it's just
I'm going to just show you. Just beautiful artwork. And on that note, I'm going to say goodnight. Stay tuned. Coming up this weekend, me and Mr. Dallas, we have our 4th installment of the Retro Review. We reviewed the movie Pawnbroker 1965, so check that out on YouTube and on Madness Inc.'s Facebook and Tumblr pages. You can catch us here on Tumblr and YouTube and on a couple of comic book pages. And what else? Oh yes, Leroy will be coming back soon with his Friday night VHS Betamax soon. This month he's back. He's picking. I think he's already picked his movie he's going to review, which is pretty funny. But so yeah, we're slowly getting there. But it's really late, and it's actually Thursday now. Morning, Shane. How are you? Hi, Martina. Haven't forgotten about you. And Shane, I do have a copy of Clustered for you, and oddly enough, that package I sent you came back a second time, so I got to figure out what's going on with that. So it'll be in the package I'm sending out to you soon, which is now late, which is weird. But I think it's something to do with your address. I don't know. I have to double check it.
Maybe it's because you don't have a zip code.
There's no zip code there. For those of you who don't know, Shane, sort of like our